Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Nick and Aaron Show. I'm Nick, and this is Aaron. Today we're going to be talking about the New York Jets, whether or not we think they're making the playoffs. Personally, I don't think they're making the playoffs. I think they're quite overrated. I think when you look at the AFC as a whole, there's a lot of good teams out there anyways. You look at the Chargers are probably a playoff team, and the Chiefs are a playoff team. Chiefs are winning that division, but that's for another day of that conversation. I think those are two playoff teams. I think the Broncos will be slightly better. And I think the Bills, the Dolphins, they're going to be good this year. We got so many good teams in the AFC. I just think it's going to be too tough for the Jets to make it in.
That's a very fair point right there. I mean, the AFC is completely stacked when you look at the Chiefs and the Chargers. You know, even you forgot to bring up the Ravens.
Bengals, I forgot to.
The
whole AFC North, actually.
Yeah, that entire division, the AFC East, even some young teams like the Jaguars and those up-and-coming teams could make a push for the playoffs. But I'm going to disagree. I'm going to say the Jets, while I do think they're being a slightly bit overrated with their acquisition of Aaron Rodgers, they will be a playoff team. They will make the playoffs. I mean, when you just look across this roster, they have such a young team with, Sauce Gardner at corner, one of, if not the best corner in the league already, but I think it's too soon to say that. We have to see more of him. But, one of the best corners in the game right now. Obviously, Aaron Rodgers. Garrett Wilson, could have a breakout season with Aaron Rodgers this year. I mean, he goes from having Zach Wilson to a 4-time MVP quarterback. And Breece Hall coming back from injury. I mean, you just have so much young talent across the board. When you look at this team, I think it's too far-fetched to say they won't be a playoff team when you look at how much talent they do have.
Yeah, I would also like to tell our viewers that we are taking call-ins today. And if you want to call us at 1-800-SPORTS-TALK-RADIO. Again, that's 1-800-SPORTS-TALK-RADIO. We are taking callers today. But I disagree with you. I think when you look at the Jets, I agree about the whole Sauce Gardner thing. I think he's definitely one of the best. But I think Aaron Rodgers is on the decline. And a lot of people are saying, oh, he didn't have Devontae Adams last year or whatever. No, Aaron Rodgers is on the decline, guys. Aaron Rodgers has been a guy throughout his career that's been able to figure it out no matter what. That's what makes him one of the greats. Guess what? He couldn't figure it out last year. What'd they do? They missed the playoffs. What did he do? He had one of his worst seasons in recent memory. I don't think they're making the playoffs.
Yeah, I think we're going to take a call right now from one of our callers. And guys, what do you think about the Jets making the playoffs? How are you doing today?
I'm doing all right. I'm curious, between Tom Brady going to the Buccaneers and Peyton Manning's Super Bowl but not very good year with Denver, where do you see Aaron Rodgers falling as old quarterback trying to lead a new team?
Can I get your name too, real quick?
Steve.
All right, Steve. I think it's interesting because a lot of people have certainly compared the whole Tom Brady to the Bucs and Aaron Rodgers to the Jets thing. But I think we clearly see there is physical decline from Aaron Rodgers. And while Tom Brady was old when he went to the Bucs, I don't think we necessarily saw that decline yet. We did see it in his last year, but his first 2 years with Tampa was really good. So I think it's going to be a little different, and he's also just in a tougher conference than when Brady went to the NFC. Brady going to the NFC made the Bucs the favorites because they didn't have the Chiefs and the Bills and all these great quarterbacks.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, Brady to the Bucs and Aaron Rodgers to the Jets, and even, as our caller mentioned, Peyton Manning to the Broncos are all great comparisons. I mean, obviously, Brady to the NFC is a little different than Rodgers to the AFC. When you just look at how those conferences stack up, Rodgers is going to have to deal with a lot more of those contenders in the AFC compared to Brady, and it was only one or two other teams in the NFC that were even contending. But we are going to have to wrap up the show. Very good points by you, Nick. I think the Jets will make the playoffs. You don't think they will? That's fine.
They aren't.
We'll agree to disagree on that, but good discussion, and this has been the Nick and Aaron Show.